I've been through a lot in life.
That's my greatest blessing and biggest accomplishment.
I don't think I was a good mother.
We're here in this world for a purpose and just really trying to find my purpose.
It was really hard watching her go through what she went through.
Yeah, I mean, I would say losing my son.
What's important in your life? How would you like to be remembered for your own life after you're gone? What's the legacy you would like to leave? Hi, and welcome to Carla Cash Out Loud. I'm Carla, and on this channel I travel up and down the East Coast, mainly my home state of Virginia, asking real people real questions about real life, getting their real emotions and real feelings. And I'm asking that question today: how do you want to be remembered? And so I want you to think about that while you're watching this video, and think about the standards that are important to you and apply those standards to your life. And are you living those? We say we want to be remembered in a certain way, but are we living that way to make sure that we are going to be remembered that way? Today I traveled to Mystic, Connecticut on a recent trip to New England, and I went to Hair Unique Salon, and I interviewed several of the stylists there and got their answer to how do you want to be remembered. I also interviewed a couple of people on the train on the way up there, and I'm going to let you see their answers and see what you think about how they want to be remembered while you reflect on that yourself. And while you're here, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like this video, be sure you're subscribed, and leave me a comment in the comment section down below.
Oh, I just want to be remembered for a person who has not been dealt the easiest hand in life, but has persevered and has brought strength to people around me that have been down and needed either a spiritual uplifting or just a helping hand, or anything that I could do to help somebody else in need. I would like to be remembered as that person, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be way down low, and I know what it's like to have parents that are not like other people's parents, and I especially know what it's like for kids growing up without a good family background. So I like to take a lot of my energy and focus on children. I just feel like some people's biggest problems in life are nothing to me, and I feel like it's important for people to know that somebody else always has it worse than you, and that your biggest problem is a little minuscule to somebody else. And I think it's just important for me to be able to help other people, basically because I know what it's like to go through hard times.
Amy is so impassioned about leaving a positive legacy about her life. She's even written a book about it that's available on Amazon. In fact, she's in the midst of her second book now.
Okay, my book. So, I've been through a lot in life, including the passing of my daughter. Yeah, so my struggles started when I was young. I had a really troubled childhood, and my whole life as I got older, I had my daughter right out of high school, and she was like my saving grace. So we were very connected. So I could go on about my book, but the summary of it is my life was a big struggle, as far as like there's so many different avenues that people can relate to my story. Domestic abuse, my father died when I was a baby. My mom got remarried, and he was a very bad man, a paranoid schizophrenic, and she went through terrible abuse. He was in the mafia. We had bombs put in our car, a lot of tragedies that people would never known that I went through in life, because back to my faith, I've always had something ingrained in me, like a higher power that I've always leaned on, and that got me through a lot. So even before my daughter passed away, I went through all these things, and I thought, you know what, I want to help other people choose the right path in life. And so I started writing this story, and I wrote about my life and how I decided, for my daughters, I wanted her to have a better life than I did, and I just wanted to make sure I didn't live. I have other siblings, the lifestyle they were choosing. I wanted to go the right path, and so I decided to choose the right path and lean on a higher power, and I wanted to write that story, so I started it. And then unfortunately my daughter passed away. She had a heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and she passed away from that, including she had a bacteria infection. It's all in the book. It's a long story, but I had my higher power with me then to help me get through it. And when she passed away, I didn't want to write the book anymore, but I had some spiritual connections happen to me, including before she passed away and after she passed away, that cannot be explained. Like, I was in the hospital at the same time she was in the hospital, and I was having all these callings and higher power things happening, and I couldn't explain them at the time, but I look back now. So I write that in my book, and I just write a lot about all the struggles I've been through and how I've stayed on the right path, and I feel blessed to be able to share my story with other people, because I know people, you know, have gone through something in life, whether it be worse than what I've gone through or not as bad. I feel like my strength I get, you know, from friends and family and the higher power helped me get through that. So that's why I wrote the book, and I've been very blessed to be able to share my story. And I feel like even if I helped one person, I did my job, which at this point, it's been out for a little while, and I know it's helped quite a few people. So the name of the book is Navigating a Fractured Life of Fear. It's on Amazon, yeah. I've been through it. I mean, she was my other half, and when you read the book, you see like how connected we truly are, and we still are. My next story is actually going to be like all the signs that I get from her, and I can't wait to share that, because that's going to be a more positive story, you know.
I want to be remembered as a kind and loving person and parent. Mom. A really hands-on mom.
Why?
Because I love my kids. They're my whole life. I never thought I would have any kids. I tried for years, and to no avail, and then miraculously back to back. So that's my greatest blessing and biggest accomplishment.
Do you think they think of you that way?
I hope so. Maybe not right now, but I hope when they're older and they graduate and they're in college or have their own families, that they look back and see that I gave everything I had to them and did everything I could for them.
Now that doesn't matter to everybody. Why does that matter to you? Why is that important to you?
I guess because growing up, I always felt that love for my mom, and it was just, it made me feel like I could do anything and be anything, and I did. I did so many things because my mom believed in me and had so many great experiences because she believed in me and my dad. But I was so loved that I just remember being so happy all the time, and that's what I want my kids to feel.
The best grandma in the world. That's how I want to be remembered. My grandma was the best. Yes.
Why is that important to you?
Because I don't think I was a good mother, not as good as a grandmother. So, yeah.
I want to be remembered by being kind, by being a good person, and just being funny and being fun to be around. A lot of people in my life, I think, are remembered by being very kind. A lot of people that I no longer have in my life were just people that I remember as being really good people. And that's how I want to be remembered.
I would like to be remembered as someone that was fun to be around and that cared about their family and friends deeply and just has a good heart. It's important because I think that that's what makes you a good person is that you, you know, you just are kind and generous too. I feel like I'm a generous person.
I want to be remembered as the person that doesn't give a shit about what everybody else thinks. I mean, straight up. I want to be remembered as a person that was, hey, he talked to these people, he talked to these people, he always made friends, he was always a great guy. You know, there was no boundaries whatsoever with him. Like, he just had a great time and enjoyed life. That's how I want to be remembered. The secret to enjoying life is get rid of anxiety, get rid of depression, just wake up every morning with a smile on your face and be productive. Like, do something great every day. Whether it's a small great or a big great, just be great every day.
I would like to be remembered as a very happy person and very giving and loving and kind. And I honestly say that because I have a big family and I love them so much, and I feel like that's a lot of times the first impression I give off to people. They can tell that I am very loving and happy.
You are.
Yeah. Thank you.
I found it incredibly interesting that not one person said, I want to be remembered as a jerk. I want to be remembered as the person who flipped off the guy who cut me off in traffic. I want to be remembered as the person who stepped on someone else's toes, literally and figuratively. No one said anything about leaving a revengeful legacy, about leaving a legacy of hurt or pain. Everyone said things about positivity, about kindness, about love. And if we want to leave that kind of legacy, we have to live that kind of life every single day. And sometimes that might mean biting our tongue, or letting the guy cut us off in traffic, or letting some things slide that just aren't a big deal. One thing I've learned since my husband passed away last year is that there are so many things that I thought were such a big deal before that mean absolutely nothing. When you lose someone who's important to you, you realize what's important in life. And one of the ways I want to be remembered is as a good wife to him. And I want to carry on his legacy. He left an incredible impact on our community, on our region, and on our state. I'll leave some videos telling you more about that in the description box down below. All you have to do is hit open more to see that. And I'll leave those videos for you so you can see more about his life and why I want to carry on his legacy and why that's so important to me. I want to be remembered as the soldier lady. That's how I was described at one point. During the war on terror in Afghanistan and in Iraq, my husband and I sent thousands of care packages to U.S. soldiers in the Middle East. And we would pack boxes with everything from toilet paper and body wash and magazines and M&Ms because they wouldn't melt like other candies would melt in the 120-degree desert. And these boxes we thought were just simple boxes from home, that we were trying to just share our appreciation with these soldiers. It meant more to them than you might think. When you're dodging bullets and you're lonely and you're missing your loved ones and you don't know if you're going to live or die, opening up a care package from some stranger that says, thank you, I love you, I appreciate you, they tell me that gave them the will to go on more than one occasion. I want to be remembered for that. That mattered, and that mattered in my life, and it mattered to them. And so I'm honored to be called the patriotic lady, the care package lady. I had a staff sergeant tell me I was the most patriotic person he knew. And what an honor that is. And yes, I'm crying because it's important to me. That's how I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered as someone who loved and loved deeply and loved passionately. I want to be known as someone who cared for other people, because indeed I do. I care about you. I care about what happens to you. I care about your life and what's going on in your life. I care about your mental health and your physical health. I pray for you every day. I want to be known as someone who gave a damn in this life. Not someone who was quick to anger or quick to judge, but someone who cared and loved. And that's how I want to be remembered. How do you want to be remembered? What's important to you? And if you want to be remembered in a certain way, don't you think it's time to start living that way? practice what you preach, put those principles into place. Let's all strive to live the way we want to be remembered, because to be remembered a certain way, you have to live that way. So let's all make it a goal to live a little bit better every single day so that we're remembered a little bit more. And before I go, I want to give 2 shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Hair Unique Salon, the salon in Mystic, Connecticut that allowed me to film their stylist there. Wonderful people. If you're ever in Mystic, go get your hair cut there. I got mine done there and I loved it. This video is not sponsored by them or anybody else. I just want to thank them for allowing me to film there. I'll have their information for you in the description box down below. I also want to give out a shout out to the beauty channel Kathy A Beauty. Kathy A lives in Connecticut and was kind enough to come and meet me while I was in Mystic and show me around the area and give me a great tour. She's a wonderful lady with a terrific channel, so go on over and visit her channel and subscribe and tell her I sent you and said hello. I will link her channel down below for you in the description box so that you can find it easily. Thank you so much for watching. This is Carla Cash Out Loud. I'm Carla. It means so much to me when you stop by and pay me a visit and keep me company. It always makes my day that much brighter. Be sure while you're here to hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment in the comment section down below, because I would love for you to comment as to how you want to be remembered in life. What's important to you? How do you want your legacy to read? How do you want your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your friends to remember you? Tell me in the comment section down below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. I am very, very close to 5,000 subscribers, and it would make me so happy and allow me to do so much more on this channel if we could hit that 5,000 subscriber mark. Will you hit the subscribe button for me, please? And will you share this video with someone that you think might like it? I would greatly appreciate it. So I will see you in a week. Until next time, much love to you. Take care. Bye-bye.